Hello, this is Eric, and welcome back to the shop. Today, I like to fix things, and today we're going to work on modifying my Milwaukee Packout base unit to make it more useful. One of the problems with the Milwaukee Packout system is if you stack things up on top of this, I've got some drawers, some tool drawers, and some material kits, and some socket sets and things that stack up on top of this. It's a great system, but you can't use this bottom box, which is huge. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut a door in the front of the bottom box. I don't know how it'll work out, but I'll try it and see what happens. What we're going to do is right here, you can see that the top opens, but when you got stuff stacked on top, you can't use it. So we're going to cut a door from basically right here down to here and back up all the way through this front panel, and put hinges on it, make it fold down. Now I've already got it marked out, but the tools you need to do this are basically, we're going to use a ruler to mark it out. I've already done that. We're going to put these little brass hinges on it right here, about here and here. And I'm going to actually use a little bit of JB Weld and epoxy them, but I'm also going to use pop rivets and pop rivet them in place. So let's get started and see what it works like. So how it works. I'm going to roll this thing on its side here, on its back. I'm going to open the top, and I'm going to work right like this. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take an 1/8 inch drill bit. These are 1/8 inch pop rivets. I'm going to drill the holes for my hinges. My hinges fit right here. I've already marked it out. I've already marked my lines here and here. I'm going to drill the hinges holes right here, and we're going to pop rivet that in place. So I'm going to take that off because I've already got it marked. I'm going to drill a hole right here, 1/8 inch. That was pretty easy. I'm going to drill 8 of them. There's four drill holes. Now this hinge over here. All right, there's our holes. They go all the way through. Next, I'm going to take my multi-tool and I'm going to cut our slot. I'm going to cut our door out, okay? And I'm going to use my Makita multi-tool. I've got a carbide, it looks like a metal bit in here. We'll see how this works, and if it doesn't work, we might put a plastic bit in it. I'm going to start right up here, and I'm going to cut through this. A little bit slow. There we go. One side. I'm going to cut this bottom edge. Go down this side. going to cut our door in the Packout right there. I probably will sand these edges off a little bit. And then we'll just put the rivets in there. We'll pop rivet them in place, and we'll go from there. So actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a sander here. I don't have a sanding disc, so let's put a hold on the video right now, and I'll go grab a sanding disc. I'll sand that off. What we did in the interim while the camera was off for a couple minutes was we used this rasp file, and we cut off the multi-tool kind of melted the plastic a little bit and left a little bit of burr on the edge. See, we still got a little bit right there that I didn't get off, but we're going to go ahead and pop rivet the hinges to the base and to the door, and we're going to see if our door works with our hinges. So I'm going to get our hinges oriented the same way. I'm going to pop rivet. I'm going to use these long aluminum pop rivets right here out of this kit, and I'm going to go right into that, and I'm going to use a steel backing rivet, or backing washer on the pop rivets. And if you've ever used pop rivets, this is just the way it goes. So we'll pull that pop rivet in. My pop rivet tool doesn't seem to be working. Okay. My pop rivet tool is junk. Okay. That's not working. Hang on a minute. Another rivet in there. I get it in there. You know, this is one of the problems with working on things, is you got to figure out how your tools work. There we go. Now it's pulling. The way a pop rivet works is it's got this sort of a nail that's sticking through a rivet, and it just keeps pulling it until the nail pops off, just like that. And you pull the rivet out, and it holds the thing tight. So you do that, you let go of the nail, you pull another pop rivet out, and we're going to put a second pop rivet in right here. And we're going to put another backing plate. Oh, you know what? Our backing plate fell off of that first one, so I may have to drill it out and redo it, but we'll see if the door works first. So there's one of the hinges that's on the front, okay? We're going to do the second hinge over here. And I want to orient the hinges the same way. So it looks like the hinge part is down. So it's going to be oriented like this. Stick the pop rivet in. Get the little metal backing plate on the pop rivet. You open up the tool all the way, stick the nail end of the pop rivet into the tool until it grabs and it starts pulling. There you go. There's that one. So we're going to do 8 of them, 4 on each side. Goes. Pull the little rivet out. All right. Okay, now we're going to put it to the on the door on our piece here. It should, whoops, sorry. Should hold it in place. Oops, goes down a little bit.
Can you hold it?
No, that's okay. I'll get it. So I get that one in. I'll actually put all 4 of them in. Put 2 of them in. That should hold it in place while we get the pop rivet in. I have a better pop rivet tool at my other shop. This one's kind of old and not real good, but it works. The trick with pop rivets is get everything set the way you want, and they will pop down. There you go. There's that one. Let's do this one over here. Okay, there's 3 of them, 6 of them in. We'll put 2 more in. Now, this is not going to hold the door that way, but it will allow the door to open this way. Okay. One more. So now we got the hinge on there and the door. So now we've got our door. So it opens and closes. But one of the problems with this, and I knew I would have this problem. So we've got a hinge, we've got a door on the front. Now, one of the problems is this box was sealed, weather sealed. We don't have any weather seal on the front here, so this is not going to be waterproof necessarily, but it will make the box useful. But we can't open the door, actually. You can pull on this, but it's actually got a lip along the door edge that fits into the top. So we're going to have to use the multi-tool and cut that lip off so that this door can open while the door is shut, while it's shut. But the latches, I cut around the latches right here so that the latches will still hold. The latches will still work. The door won't open until I cut that little lip off. So let me do that, and we'll be done. It's going to be a little tricky. I think this whole, let's see. Let me see if that whole lip has to come off. Yep, I believe this entire little lip right here has to get cut off flush. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually change my multi-tool blade while I do that and try to get one that cuts plastic a little better and doesn't melt it. I've got one over here.
Are you going to want to show how to fix that rivet?
actually I won't. I have to drill it out and redo it. I could drill it out real quick, yeah. Okay, so I've got my multi-tool. I've got a wood and plastic blade in it. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. I'm going to see if this works a little better. So here we go. Interestingly, the Packout is made of some pretty tough material. So we've got that cut off. I'll have to do a little sanding on it, cleaning it up. But let's see what we got here. Now, we've got our door. Probably have to do a little more work on it, but the door opens. I've got to cut a little bit of an angle right on the back edge there and shape that. But that's the way it's going to work. Our door is going to be open right there. It's going to latch, so it'll look pretty much the same. It's going to have the hinges on the front. It will open up. It'll open up, and you'll be able to use the inside of it without having to take everything off the top. That's the whole point. I'll do a little bit of modification right there, a little bit of angle cutting right there. I'll do a little bit of cleanup on this. I'll be done. All right, so we had to do a little modification to the back side of the top corner so that this thing could open. But you can see that the latches work just fine now on the box. And it takes a little bit of popping, but you pop it open and close. I think that's real nice. I think when we get the weight on there, it'll pop open and close. May have to do work on it a little bit with a file to get it open. The one thing I want to go back and do is when I was putting this very first pop rivet on, the backing plate didn't go on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to, let me make sure it's this first one right here. I'm going to drill it out and put a new pop rivet in. I'll show you how to do that real quick. Sometimes the pop rivets don't work right the first time. You have to drill them out. So it's this one right here. What you do is you take an 1/8 inch drill and you just drill it. And it popped loose right like that. These are real sharp drill bits. They're brand new. But this one didn't want to drill all the way through, so we'll push it on through somehow. Hang on a second. There we go. We got the pop rivet out. We'll take a new pop rivet with our other backing plate. Okay. And we'll redo that pop rivet right there. Just goes right through there, right like that. Put the backing plate on it, right like that. And where's my pop rivet gun? Right here. We'll go around here. I'll get a little hole on it. Just put the pop rivet in. Yeah, my tool didn't want to grab it. That's what I was having trouble with the first time. Okay, there we go. Oh, I still don't have it. Let's see, hang on a second. There we go. Okay, got it pulling with the backing plate. Okay, we replaced that pop rivet. We got it popped on with backing plates. That'll be pretty secure. It's not going to go anywhere. So now we've got our pack out with our door on the front. We can put our other boxes on top, just like this. And we should be able to get into this door and access the bottom box. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I think Milwaukee should have done with these right from the start. But I can see why they didn't do it that way. But and we can still latch it. And it's not going to be waterproof, but you have access to that bottom box, which I've never been able to use. That's what I wanted to do. So thanks for watching the video. Hope you found this enjoyable.